Do you hear me now, guys? Yeah, that should be the problem. You should be able to hear me now, right? Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. As you see, I'm not very good with the technology. So what I was trying to explain is I wanted to explain here some of my trades, and one of my very good trades so far has been the trade on ES. So one of the easiest trades what you can do currently is really trying to focus on those US indexes like S&P 500, NASDAQ, Russell, or Dow Jones, because in the past, as we know, in the past couple of weeks or even months, all those indexes are going up while the majority of the stocks has been going down. So what I was doing is I was trying to focus on those indexes, and what I saw here is this huge drop, and it went straight into a big resistance, and I saw that on the 1 hour chart. So you always need to, first of all, to make sure you understand the levels on the big picture, so what's happening on the big picture, and go from there. And if I go to the daily chart, you are able to see here a very big support area. So this is 4,231. And this was a previous resistance breakout area. So actually also here the 50 EMA in the way. We broke out of this area, went up for a while, and everything started to get pretty much overextended. And at some point we saw a nice drop and pullback. And this was on a 1 day. So normally this is a very extended range for S&P 500. We don't see on a normal basis every day that huge range, which made me think at some point after we saw this oversold conditions that we are going to reverse pretty soon. And again, I was watching the 1 hour chart, and I did this trade actually for the subscribers as well. So this was a good one. It went straight into that support. And my thought was I entered here after I saw this reversal. And initially I was using physical stop. So I put my stop loss here just below this reversal candle, but I saw it is reversing, and I decided to remove the stop, because basically, like I mentioned, this is a huge extended move. You don't see that huge range on a normal basis, and after this move, I was pretty much sure that we're going to see very soon a bounce. So I removed the stop, and it started to go in my direction, and I was still in that trade. And at some point the next day, we saw this consolidation. And this is one of the very important and easy setups actually on those indices. What happens is after that huge drop, they pull back, they bounce into some resistance areas, and normally the majority of the people are trying to short here at this area. But it's important to look at the price action. So if you see for a long period of time this consolidation, this sideways price action, that normally means that we are going to break out of those levels and continue higher, especially if you see that on the US indices. And this is exactly what happened here. We consolidated for a while, broke out of this area. So I added to my already long position. I added to my position here, broke out another consolidation and broke out higher. And at some point here, I closed the position. So those trades are easy to, first of all, easy to recognize if you watch that over and over again. And those are the trades where you can put a lot of size on those and have a high conviction. Right now, I'm, staying away. So I have one NASDAQ position on the NQs, but I'm waiting this out. It looks like we might see a little bit of consolidation, choppiness, or a pullback. So I prefer to wait it out a little bit. I don't know where this echo is coming from. Maybe it's from my room. So unfortunately, I cannot change that right now. I'm sorry for that. And Ryan, nice to see you. So that's with those indexes, guys. Let me know if you have anything else. I'm going to go through some of the stocks which you send me on Twitter, and I'm going to discuss the fundamental analysis and also my opinion, of course, on those stocks, and then we can continue from there. So one of the stocks was SEAV. A couple of people already asked me about that stock, so let's check that out. This is the 6 months daily chart. Strong move to the upside, a long consolidation here, broke out, and now it is breaking out again. So for me, this is a very bullish sign. Momentum stock looks very good on the daily chart. Unfortunately, it went already too high, so I would prefer, if I'm about to enter the stock and if I don't have a position, I would prefer to wait it out a little bit for a pullback and go from there. So for now, it's just, breaking out and too high to enter. If you really want to trade that stock, the best idea will be to wait out to pull back here into some previous support area. For example, 77.80, it's a good support area. 71.33 is the previous low. And if you wait it out, enter around this area and put your stop just below, you're just risking a very small amount, very small percentage, and you have high probability, for success. If it bounces, you have a very good risk reward, and your target should be, in this case, the 128. If you're already in this trade, that's very good for you. Congratulations. But, for me, it's just too late. So if I am about to enter again, I'm going to wait to pull back. If you're in that, that's very good. You can definitely trail the stop. If you're using stop losses, you can put the stop just below the previous candle's low and go from there. So this is a good momentum stock, very good one. Let's check out some of the other ones. I think I have BA, Apple, Tesla. So let's check those out. BA, personally, I am staying away of this stock because it is very unpredictable. It is has a lot to do with news, with with COVID currently. So you just don't know what's going to happen after this huge drop here through COVID. This stock never recovered. Most of the stocks actually went high, made new all-time highs, made a huge recovery. So this is kind of going sideways, still below this breakdown area. And again, it's very unpredictable based on the news and the current, COVID situation and all that. So what you see with this stock is it goes sideways for a while, or it's trying to go kind of down, but sideways, breaks all of a sudden, breaks out. And then at some point it starts to go for a long period of time, sideways again, breaks out. But for me, this is very unclean chart. So if I'm about to trade a stock, I want to see momentum. I want to see, moves to the upside, small pullbacks. I don't want to see this mess where it just goes upside down like that. And every time you think now it's taking off, it's going to go higher, then all of a sudden it starts to go down. So I want to stay away of that kind of a price action because it's just very unpredictable. So that's about Boeing. Again, it has earnings soon. This is another important thing what I'm watching. If I see that the stock has earnings soon, I just don't want to mess with it because, even if the stock has, let's say the stock has very good earnings, and, sometimes instead of a gap up, you might see after the release of the earnings a gap down, which means that in this case, you're going to just lose money and you don't have control of that because of the gap. So I'm staying away before earnings. If I'm in a position, I'm trying to close the position before that. And if I don't have a position, I'm never going to open just before earnings. That's like 50-50, like you don't know what's going to happen. It's more like casino trading before earnings. So that's my thought on BA. Staying away from that is the best you can do. In my opinion, of course, you can trade wherever you think it's working for you. Apple is very good. So that one is for me buy and hold. A very nice move here. It was a little bit choppy back here in this area. Came down, went sideways for a while. And at some point, it finally broke out of here. Also, it has earnings very soon. So it's on the 27th of July. So this is in about a couple of days, in 5 days. If you are not in this stock, I would personally wait this out after the earnings. And when the earnings is over, you can think of a possible entry. Very overextended overall as well. We see a huge up move here, huge broke out several resistance points. It's making all-time high after all-time high. And for me, it's just too high to enter. I already have a long-term position in this stock, but I'm just for now waiting this out to add maybe more if I see a little bit of a pullback. Same thing here. This is 81 RSI for those of you who are using indicators. I'm looking at those RSI levels because they give me a little bit more information, a little bit more clue how and where all that can go. And if I see this overextended level, of course, I don't want to enter there. I want to have a better risk reward. And for that, I want to wait it out. So this is too high for me to enter. If you're about to enter a stock, definitely wait it out for a pullback, at least into this previous breakout area. This is 136, and see how the stock behaves there. So I'm looking always at the price action. When the stock goes into some support area, I want to see what is it doing there. Is it going for a while sideways, consolidating, and then breaking out? That's actually a very good setup. Or is it going straight into the support area, making a reversal candle or bullish engulfing candle and continuation higher? So all those things can happen, and those are possible setups for me. And especially on this strong stock, this is actually a very, very good sign. Again, you can see that in the past couple of times, it came into a previous support, consolidating here for a while, breaking above those EMAs, and a huge breakout. So this is one of my favorite setups actually. And sometimes it just goes into support area and bounces very fast in about 1 to 2 days. Like look, in this case, pulled back, made here a small reversal candle, in 3 days consolidation, went higher. So sometimes you don't have that long consolidation and breakout, but you have to go whatever the market gives you. So if you get nice consolidation, you go from there. And if you get only 1 to 2 candles consolidation, you can just trade that. Okay, so that's with Apple. What else do we have here? We have Tesla. Oh, Tesla people will hate me or love me for what I say on Tesla. Tesla personally, I don't like based on the past price action, and also based on the past earnings, what I have seen. And there are several reasons for that. We're going to discuss that. So Tesla was back here, very nice. And I've been explaining this market cycles for, a couple of times already. Those of you who know me definitely know that, I really look at those market cycles. It's very important. So this has been a very strong uptrending market cycle, and for Tesla, very strong uptrending mode here. And after that, it started to top here, started to make lower highs, pulled back, and since then it kind of never recovered. We had earnings on this stock, and the problem is what I saw is that the earnings are not made from the selling of cars, they're made from some Bitcoin trades. And this is, if I'm trying to invest in the stock, this is nothing I would like to do. If I want to invest in a stock which is producing cars, I want to see that the profits are generated from this area and not from some Bitcoin transactions or stuff like that. So that's something I didn't like. And it dumped here, very volatile, went sideways for some period of time, and currently you just don't have an edge here. So the edge was, as it came here into the previous support, you see how picture perfect bounce of this support. So this was the 541 area. It came here, made a green candle and bounced of this area. And now it's kind of consolidating in the middle of the chart. So if you're trying to make a trade here, you always want the stock to go into a previous support area in order for you to buy. Or if you want to sell and get rid of the position or short, you have to wait for the resistance. Now, if I look at the chart, this is my previous support, 539, and this is my previous resistance, 761. So this stock is right now trading in between, in the middle of the chart. That's why it doesn't have for me any kind of, edge to buy it or short it. And like I already mentioned, it has earnings, so I don't want to buy or sell something just before earnings. I'm not invested in it for right now, so I don't plan to open a trade based on those earnings. So that's it with Tesla. Let's check out, we had a couple of other ones. Apple we discussed. We have Roku, Fubo, Sophie, but let's see, but BUD. This is one of the stock what Neil recommended or asked me. This looks actually chart-wise not bad. It came into a previous support area and it is trying to bounce there, oversold conditions of RSI. So one of my favorite setups, by the way, guys, is if I see an oversold condition of a very strong looking stock and strong chart. Again, I'm not talking about downtrending or some weird sideways chart or choppy chart. If the chart looks very good and it goes straight down into some nice support area and you see the 30 RSI, then this is for me a very good idea to start looking for a long entry. So I do like this stock for a long. Unfortunately, again, it has earnings here on the 29th of July. And that's the problem currently with some swing trades. A lot of the stocks have in the next day's earnings. And if you enter those, you might end up you might end up stuck with earnings or gap up or gap down. So overall, good looking chart, but I just don't like the fact that it has earnings. FUBO and MU. Okay, let's check MU. MU, I remember this stock, by the way. Shani, I was looking at it actually a couple of days ago. It's not bad. Yeah, I like this. So this is a good looking, of course, a solid stock. We all know that. And it is right at support. Earnings is already, released, so we don't have to worry about that. The only thing what I don't like is this long sideways price action. So it always depends what do you want to, what's your time horizon on this trade. So do you want to hold it for some longer period of time or do you want a quick swing trade? If you want a quick swing trade, it's a little bit hard because, now it's going sideways for a very long period of time since, I think it's since May. So 2 months of a sideways price action. If you're trying to catch a nice move, you are just getting stuck with that and it's going nowhere, But it is kind of a nice looking charted support. So if you're using here 72 areas, 73 as a stop and, go from there and have some longer horizon where you can hold it, I think that's a good idea. But you need to prepare. This might go for a while like that. So very good. Silver top. Trap, silver trap, UPST. Okay, let's check out UPST. Oh yeah, that looks actually good on the chart. Let's check out the longer perspective. So what I like to do is going out for 3 years and see from there how is it looking, and then of course going 6 months if I'm trying to do some shorter term swing trading. 6 months is enough. If you want to look, the bigger picture, then you can do 3 years. So this looks like a IPO, Upstart Holdings. Very nice momentum to the upside. Continued after the earnings, gapped on earnings. It looks like they had some decent earnings here and continuation higher. It's sideways for now, but again, the longer it consolidates, the bigger the move can be on the upside, which is a good thing, of course. I like that. That looks very good. Let me check real quick some of the fundies. UPST, if I can find something fast, because that looks actually not bad. It looks like it might gain some momentum in the next months. Profitability doesn't look very good. I'm going to show you guys where I'm looking those earnings for a quick, I'm looking for a quick check. Of course, you can look at sec.gov or, some websites which have more information if you want to go in detail. But if you want to check real quick what's happening with the stock, is it having a good profitability or valuation, you can just type in here chartmill.com. It's free. And you can see, some of the fundies. So as we can see here, it has return on assets 1.22, worse than the rest of the industry. Valuation is not looking good as we see, but it has some nice growth potential. Earnings per share has grown by 1,238 over the past year. And it's expected to show growth over the next 50 years of 70.22%. So that's actually very good growth. And, some of you who follow me, you should know that I'm looking at at growth companies, but again, normally they have bad valuation, they're overvalued. Sometimes, they're still not profitable, which is just fine. The growth is there. So I do like it. It looks actually very good, silver trap. It increased revenue estimates from 300 million to 600. Yeah, it looks very good. It has some growth potential. I like it. I'm gonna put it on my watch list myself and we'll continue watching it. The thing is with the earnings, but it's some time until they're on 10th of August, so there's a little bit of time. And if you're looking for a longer term perspective, for a couple of months or years, you really shouldn't care too much about the upcoming earnings. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so what else do you have, guys? Do you have something else? I have otherwise on my list here: Snap, Roku, Fubo. Ryan wanted Fubo. Let's see Fubo. Fubo is all of those momentum stocks, guys. All of those PLTR, Fubo. As you know, they took a dive while the market went up, and they've been very easy trades if you have traded the market. All those momentum stocks, they went down for a while, then went up, then sideways. And you see I have a lot of lines here, a lot of support and resistance areas which are being broken. So, I just don't like, to be honest with you, I don't like this stock currently. It went down, trying to hold here, but you see every time, this is how you can read price action, by the way. Every time it starts to go up and you think this is going to break out, it sells off. So every single try of this stock to continue higher is being sold off. And this is not a good sign if you want momentum or if you want to be long on this stock. Here it's trying to hold 200 EMA, which is a very good support area. To date, it's already selling off. So it's very weak recently. It's been a very good stock, but recently it's just going sideways and making a sideways and weak price action. And also it has earnings 10th of August. So it depends, Ryan, if you're looking for a quick trade, I would, you can look for some support areas, maybe on the 1 hour chart. Here you have better view of the support and resistance areas. If you're looking for a long term, I don't know if that's the best looking chart. So I would like to see a little bit more. Here is when I might get interested in that. So if I see breaking out and pulling back again, this might be for me the better looking chart, because then I would know, okay, some funds are getting interested in it. This stock gets some more attention. If I see increased ownership of the institutional buyers, more funds are buying this stock, this might get me interested in that. For now, it is just sideways and nothing really is happening. So, I don't like dealing with that. Fiverr and Hut. Oh, Ryan, you are in love with this Hut. This is, I don't know, it might have some potential. It looks not bad. I've been watching this stock since you brought it up. It made this move to the upside, went straight back down, reversal candle, and it's trying to continue higher. Here is maybe a good risk reward. If you bought here, I don't know what's your exact entry, but if you have bought here after this nice reversal candle and you're looking for continuation higher, this might be a good idea. Earnings are far away from now, so it looks not bad, even though it sold off for a while after we talked about that, but for now it looks not bad. Texas, TI. Yes, let's check out this one. I haven't checked this one. You're bringing up, Shane, you're bringing up some decent growth stocks here. That's not bad. I cannot find this one, Texas. Instruments, TI. I cannot find it. TI. Telecom, Italia. That's what I see here. I don't see that other one. I don't see it. Fiverr. Let's check out Fiverr, and then we can bring up Duck. Fiverr. Normally, I like this stock. It has a lot of growth and momentum. Fiverr is actually very good, especially if you think of the business model of, currently coronavirus. Everyone is trying to do stuff online. a lot of people are looking for jobs, to do jobs on Fiverr online. A lot of businesses are looking on Fiverr to get something done and paid very quickly. So Fiverr overall, I really like it. Went down here like the most momentum stocks, like we discussed, for a while, broke out and came back here again into this previous support area. Now it's trying to continue higher. So personally, I like it, but if you are not in that stock, you gotta wait it out. Again, couple of reasons for that. It has earnings on the 5th of August. Already it had some nice moves, so it has already 3 green candles. Now it's trying to pull back. So I would like, if I'm about to enter this stock, I would like to see a little bit more pullback again into this 201 and go from there. And this should be after the earnings, because now if you enter here and it starts to pull back and the earnings are released on the 5th of August and it gaps down all of a sudden, maybe into 167, then you're just ending up in a losing position. Of course, it can gap up as well, but you don't want to, to risk that. So that's with Fiverr. Definitely very strong looking stock, very strong growth stock as well, but not the perfect entry, not with those earnings. Just wait it out a little bit. TXN. Okay, let's see. TXN, this looks strong on the chart. Yeah, that one looks good actually. Let me check the fundy, since you're bringing up here some good some good stocks. TXN. Very good on the first side. TXN has return on assets 31.44. One of the best returns in the industry. So it looks like profitability is good on this stock, and also growth valuation is a little bit, not the best. But again, if you have growth stock, you cannot have best valuation. So growth looks very good. It's grown by 22% over the past year. Revenue is growing. It looks decent. So this stock looks decent. I like those, Shani. The 2 that you brought there looking very good. Nice. OSTK. Okay, we're gonna check those. Let me bring up Doug. Maybe he has some ideas. Maybe he doesn't. Normally he doesn't. Hello, nice to see you, Doug. How are you doing?
Am I on? That's what I gotta know. Am I on?
You are online, yes.
Okay. Did you say I never come up with any ideas?
No, I didn't.
I think she just said that, right, guys? I think it's on recording that I think I heard. We'll see if he has any ideas. He usually doesn't. Is that what I heard, guys?
I would never do such thing. I would never say such bad things about you.
I think you do. I don't even see myself on the screen. That's right, Pat. You follow it. That's right. I don't have any good ideas. I'm idealist. I'm just here for the entertainment. Maybe I'll tell a few jokes. Maybe I don't know what we'll do. But I wasn't paying much attention to what was being said.
As always.
I'm here. I have ideas as always, but I don't think the group of people in attendance here are going to like what I'm doing, because I'm short selling a lot today, and I know people don't like that, because short selling is evil and we should be burned alive at the stake in front of people like ancient Roman times. But that's what I'm doing. That seems to be the trade that is working, and that's that. Yeah, that's it.
Very good. So let's check out OSTK here for Ryan and AFRM, and then we can check out your short ideas. OSTK is normally, I like that, Ryan. It looks very good. It's going sideways for now. So I would wait it out. Earnings are 29th of July. I would like to wait the earnings out and see after that. After that, it's for me a good buy actually. So I do like this stock overall. For a buy, you know me, you know that I like this stock.
No, we don't know you. We know nothing about you. That's the problem. That's why everybody is here. They would like to know more about you. I'm waiting for Ryan to yell at me because every time I short stuff, he calls me a backstabber. So I'm going to be the bad guy. the villain. That's why I'm in here. I am the villain. That's right, Ryan. I'm here to bring out the short stick.
Okay, OSTK, look at the profitability is still very good on that one. Growth is decent. Chart is very strong, so I like the chart on this one. We only need to wait out the earnings and go from there. If you're looking for a long term, again, guys, if you're trying to invest or go a couple of months from there, you don't really want to get in and out of those stocks. If you're looking for a swing trade, I would personally wait it out a little bit again, and then after the earnings, you can see for a better entry. Okay, so what do you have for short? Please tell me, I'm so excited.
I bet you are. You're just gleaming with anticipation. I'm going to say this. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to say that the era of the micro cap boom that we had at the beginning of the year, and I'm going to put names in there like Planter, PLTR, which is a favorite of a lot of people, Tiger, DMTK, whoever, stick those, whatever you want to call those stocks, they're terrible. You had a 3-day bounce, maybe a 2, I guess amazing the ones that are trading in a Russell. You had like a 3-day bounce. They're already selling off. I especially like this Tiger to continue to just implode itself here. And
those
I don't know how long. Go ahead.
Those are all momentum stocks, which are actually very weak. And, you know, we discussed a couple of times, I don't know if you guys joined us last time here, but we were discussing that. Ryan, I would gladly like to discuss ORPH for you.
Yes.
Okay, so
DQ
Tiger
is another one. DQ. What is that?
Yeah, so what I wanted to say is
Duo energy, whatever. Go ahead.
Tiger is, like we've been discussing last time with a lot of those stocks, they go sideways, and instead of, you know, bouncing of some support areas, they're just dropping down. Actually, you know, I like Tiger for a long, but based on the price action, it might sell off, and, you know, it might do the same what it did with the other one. I don't agree with you. I don't see a short right now. It is right at support area. And, you know, this is higher lows.
Are you disagreeing? Are you disagreeing with me? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I just,
I think that's because you didn't let me finish my story.
Okay,
I don't know if necessarily they're swing shorts, but for you, maybe like 1 to 2 day traders, more aggressive traders, scalpers. I think these are shorts on bounce. I'd like to be wrong on this, but I don't see these things returning to their former glory. You can put Fubo in there. The only one I do like is WOW. I've been talking about WOW. That's the only one that I like, WOW. But you're right, Pat. Tiger, I think these are shorts right now. They had their moment to rally. They're just not doing it.
Well, it will be short if it goes here below 1644. If it breaks this this 200 EMA, then it might be short. But as long as it holds, for me, this is not a short-looking stock. It has a lot of momentum. Yes, it's going sideways for a while, but this is, for me, it is still a long, and I don't see. You know, if you're looking, so I understand maybe you're trying to scalp it because you're someone who is trying to scalp stocks. So
I'm a bad guy. I'm a scalper. Silver Trap's already telling me to be careful. I like Fubo. I wanted to be long it, but I don't know if you know, there's some risk holding this stuff overnight. But if you look just historically, I don't know how long people have been trading, but you go back and you look at these things, they have a shelf life. They have a moment of inspiration and joy, but 95% of these will wander off into the sunset and die. Only a handful will move forward and continue to go. But for the most part, micro caps and small caps never ever make it. It's only just probably 5%, like traders.
That's what you're saying here.
Since traders trade them all the time, that's why 95% of all micro caps fail, and so do traders, right?
So what you're trying to say here with this joy and stuff, this is called market cycles. This is the cycle of the stock. So the cycle of this stock, if we look back, this has been actually a huge momentum stock. I remember talking about that back here. At some point, you know, this is a very nice uptrending cycle of the stock, pulling back, and at some point it starts to to enter a different market cycle. From this uptrending cycle, it starts to go for a while in a distribution phase or cycle. And then after this distribution phase, where it is just going a little bit sideways, cannot make the highs, a little bit, just upside down price action. After that, it starts to go into a downtrend, and this is the downtrending cycle. When this is over, we might enter an accumulation phase where it starts to go sideways again, and then it's breaking out higher. So this is what you're calling joy and joy.
Moment of inspiration. Yes, I am the evil scalper, but I do believe long the indices still. I think the Nasdaq will make a remount for 15,000. While every stock is red, it'll still find a way to make it to 15,000 on some miracle. I like those that one, but you and I have talked a lot about these because I've tried a lot of these. What we were experiencing, like most of last year and the early part of this year, is any stock that faded into a 200-day moving average, had a double bottom, anything like this chart right here that you have on Fubo would be a screaming buy. You used to buy those and they'd hit support and run for like 10 days straight. Now they just keep selling off. Like we talked about Wynn Casinos, I think, in last week's deal. It's like it just blew right through support like it wasn't even there, like it didn't see it in the chart. So I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
So Fubo, I agree on Fubo. This is the only thing I am agreeing on those charts. Fubo is just...
Stop it.
But this is a difference. So I'm going to explain you guys the difference, why it is different. Fubo, it went into a downtrend. It went, first of all, below the 200 EMA. It's trying to reclaim, but you don't see the momentum of this stock. Like you're saying, every time it's trying to bounce, it's being sold off. I agree on this, that this is looking very weak right now. But Tiger is a different story. Look, Tiger, it never went below the 200 EMA. Even though it's trying to make lows, it's still holding, some decent support areas, and it's making actually higher lows. So this is a different looking chart. If it starts breaking below the 200 EMA, that's a different story. But Tiger looks differently than Fubo. That's my opinion.
So you don't look at this as a failed bounce, like, because this is like an engulfing candle, power of the tower, whatever you want to call it. Like it gets a good bounce, but it's completely gone the next day. I don't like that when something bounces and it's just a one-off, one and done sort of bounce. Makes me wonder.
That's not a good sign.
I think it's going to pass through the 200 this time. And it was just it should have at least held up a little bit better than that, I think.
Yes, it is. That is not a good sign. Of course, if you see normally, in a normal market situation where I would buy a bunch of stocks, normally I would wait it out here into this area. If I see this doji candle followed by a green candle, like you're saying, I would buy it. But you don't want to see this sell-off. But only because it's selling off, it doesn't mean it's going to break here the lows. It still might, and the day is not over yet. It still might go sideways and then continue higher. So we can watch this Tiger for in the next days and see what happens. But yes, I agree, you don't want to see that, but I don't agree that it's a short right now because it is still above the 200 EMA.
Do any of you guys in here, I know Ryan does, you remember Dikembe Mutombo? Does anybody remember Dikembe Mutombo, the basketball player? You guys remember that? Anybody? That's what I call these moves. You remember, like, he used to smash that ball, right? And he would smash it and then wave the finger like this. That's how I see it. It's just a smash. Now, I got a good one for you, Bell Rock. Hit the people up with your magic. Little baby pave them. What about little baby pave them trying to squeeze out of here, or holding on the hope that the master pave them can make a run back up here? You're not going to like it. I've already pumped it up too much, right?
Oh, I like it actually. Yes, it looks.
You do? Good. Oh, look, see, it held its 200-day moving average, or SN, whatever you got.
Yeah, this looks different.
Exponential.
It looks different. It is a good-looking stock actually. I discussed in one of my videos in the past couple of weeks. I think it came off my videos. So it broke out, and I said always, you always need to wait for a pullback on those. You don't want to buy at highs, because this is what happened for those of you guys who are new here. If you buy at highs, this breakout, let's say you see that stock and you're buying here at 646, and you have to put your stop just here below this previous low. First of all, you just don't have a good edge there. You need to have a good risk reward, because if you're buying here, you're asking the stock to go very fast, much higher, and you are putting yourself in a bad situation, because as soon as it reverses, you're going to see a drawdown or even get stopped out. So what you want to see is a pullback, and we saw that a couple of days pullback. I stopped watching that stock. But at some point, you want to see something like bullish engulfing candle. You want to see some kind of a bullishness reversal. Some candlestick patterns which give you the clue that this down move is over, and we saw that. We saw this first reversal candle, and after this followed by a red candle, the next day we saw this nice bigger green candle, and the entry was exactly here at 5:38 after we saw at this day, that was the 20th of July, that it's going above those previous candles highs. So this is your entry, and the stop is here just below, and if you did that trade, you would have been already 1 hour, so you would have been positive. That's good, but it already made 4 green candles. So at this point, of course, it most likely will continue higher, but you want to have a good risk reward. So if you enter here at 6, where do you want to put your stop? So you need to put your stop either at the lows, which is too far, or maybe here at 5:43. So also here, you always want to wait for a pullback. You don't want to chase those things after they have made a 3, 4, 5 days move to the upside. You don't want to chase them at highs. You want for them to pull back a little bit and go from there. So I like this, but again, it is a little bit too high. I would like to wait this out.
Now, somebody in here brought up UPST.
Yeah.
You still like that one? I was in that one long, but I succumbed to the pressure of impatience. I couldn't stand it anymore. It was another one of those stocks that kept breaking out and dropping and breaking out. And I just like, you know what? I can't take any more of you. I'm out.
Normally what happens is when you are out, those stocks break out.
That's a good sign for everybody who's long. Paper hands. I got shook like a rook. Shook like a rook here.
No, but all jokes aside. So normally what happens is a lot of the times happens to everyone, I think, including myself. You enter a stock, it's doing nothing, going sideways, and you finally give up on the stock. And you're thinking, you know what, this is going nowhere. I want to exit this stock. It's just not working anymore. And then at some point, after you're out of this trade, it breaks out and makes a huge move without you. So I don't think this is a bad looking chart. What is it doing? It's just consolidating, going sideways. And if you're looking to hold for the next couple of months, it still may break out. Again, we saw it has some decent growth potential, and it's holding here. Had here pretty good earnings. I like it actually. You just need to wait it out a little bit longer. Have a little bit more patience.
Oh, that's what it takes. Okay, that's it. That's where I'm gonna write that down. Patience.
No, but I like it actually.
Gotta have patience. You guys remember Guns N' Roses? Just a little patience. You don't remember that. That's way before your time. Anyway,
probably.
This is one of yours. What do you think about Love's? Love. I think you did a video on love.
Yes, I did.
Yes, and you tried to tell everyone to show you some love. You did this video. It's already bounced off the pivot point, kind of consolidating a little here. I'm watching it. I don't think it's a trade right now, but maybe something for everyone to watch. It's trying to do its thing here. Yeah.
Yes, I like it, but what happens is since I brought it up, it went, so it bounced here. And again, guys, this is a very good example how support and resistance work. What happened is this is your previous short-term support, and when it breaks below that becomes resistance. It came into the previous low support area. Again, those are only areas. This is not, picture perfect always. Consolidated for a little bit, and this is where I started to get interested in that. Bounced and went straight into the previous resistance, reversed. And if you are long in this stock, this is a warning signal here. If it reverses, makes a red candle and goes below the previous candle's low and below those EMAs, this is a warning signal that this stock might reverse, so you could get out of there. And what I don't like though here, Doug, is that it made a new low. So look, it didn't hold this previous support, made a new low. What I do like though is that it is oversold and it is around the 200 EMA. Even though it's pulling back today, I think this has some potential. It has some growth. So this is a decent growth stock here, and I like it. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. You like this one, but not Fubo.
Yeah, but this is above the 200.
Oh, no, Tiger. Tiger was the one you didn't like. I kind of think their charts look the same, don't they? Kind of ish, maybe?
Yeah, that I don't like a lot because of the downtrend, but it is still holding the 200. And it has decent earnings. Fubo is not very... Fubo doesn't have good fundies.
Poor Fubo.
Let's check the fundies on Fubo. FUBO. As far as I remember, it didn't have there. Maybe this has changed. I haven't checked in a while.
I don't know if anybody in here got into that Neuro today on the short side. I know shorts are different. You got to borrow and all that stuff, but boy, oh boy, look at this thing. It's almost red for the day, man. Almost red.
So Fubo has some decent growth too. Yeah, it's not too bad. Profitability is bad though. I don't really like this. I don't like this compared to Love, LOVE. So you always want to check those guys, even though if you're not really, fundamentals expert, this is a quick check what you can do here. Look, profitability on Love looks very good. Return on assets is positive. Return on equity, 22%. A little bit overvalued, but again, that's normal. And also it has some decent growth potential. So this one looks better to me compared to Fubo, or what else did you brought? Tiger, Very good.
Yeah.
So I think we are almost done. Do you want to share something else? Do you have something else, guys? Or Doug, do you have something you want us to discuss?
No, I think you guys did all right there. I just think that some of these Momo names aren't going to come back, but some may. I do kind of like Fubo. I think it's maybe some of these other ones I'm just not so sure of. I do like WOW, WOW, but other than that, I think it's still just short-term trading environment. This stuff has a shelf life. You have a lot of stocks that are still bearish while the markets are very, very strong. And it just seems to be like a sector rotation every day. So it's sort of a hit and run market for right now until things change. Swings have been somewhat challenging in this market because they're up one day, down the next. And that's just the way it is right now. Yeah.
For me, the money is made really here on those indices recently because they've been giving us so many good opportunities. And I can encourage everyone looking into those. I know it might sound boring, but that's not important when it comes to making money. You can, even for small accounts, actually very good for small accounts, because you can use the micro futures. If you have small account, you have enough leverage, so you can really grow your account fast here. Of course, if you know what you're doing, not randomly, chasing. But if you know what you're doing, using micro futures on a small account, it's actually a very, very good idea, and something I would like to encourage everyone to look into if you have small accounts, if you're trying to grow it. Okay.
All right,
so
kids.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Yeah. Thank you so much, Doug, for joining as well. And we will be back at some time soon again and see from there.
All right. It's been a pleasure, you guys. Take care. I'll see you later.
Take care. Bye.